preserve our sports infrastructure now. And if you've been monitoring social media, and indeed if you followed our Channel One Newsroom Bulletin, we brought you a story where pitch covers are being laid on the pitch at the Accra Sports Stadium ahead of the events that will be leading up to the December festivities. A lot of ceremonies and events will be happening there. So we are protecting our pitches, but how well are we doing this? Yao Ampofo Ankra is the Director General of the National Sports Authority, and he's joined us on the Channel One Newsroom. Mr. Ampofo Ankra, welcome to Channel One Newsroom.
Hi, Omar. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Now, let's talk about these pitch covers. Did we have to import? Did we have to buy? Can you talk to us about what exactly we are doing at our premium sports stadium?
Sure. It's one of those obviously common features of most modern stadium, and I'm sure we all know stadiums make money beyond the football. You know, if it's football, if it's American football, whatever it is, they make money by renting out spaces for concerts, conferences, even weddings. Even Barcelona, the great Barcelona, they use their venue for weddings, you know, private parties, you name it. Fantas, the list goes on. I think in Ghana, the problem has been we've not been able to protect our pitches, the grass, and often when we're done with non-sported events, it becomes nice when the pitch, the grass, deteriorates to an extent where it is unplayable, unusable, and then we have to use all the money raised to go back into fixing, you know, the grass. So this time round, I'll call it an experiment. We've been looking at options, and we had a good conversation with a good number of corporates, private institutions, and one of them finally gave the green light, and it's a partnership where they've brought in these pitch protectors, as it were, and the NSA would have access to use it during this Christmas period. So it's an experiment, but we think it will work, and if it does, we can use this template for all our venues across the country.
Yeah, deploying this technology.
Yes, apart from just covering the pitch, the perforation, so it would allow for water to get through some level of photosynthesis, you know, if there's natural sunlight, so that the pitch, the grass, isn't starved of oxygen beyond a certain number of hours or, you know, time, which would then have the pitch deteriorating. And you see, the problem is not about the pitch deteriorating, it's how long it would take to resuscitate, to get it back into its shape, and that's been the problem. So you have to go back, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, to get it back to the shape it was before you actually rented it out. So that's what we're trying to avoid. If it's going to take just 2, 3 days of watering, preparation, fertilizing, and other means to get it back to its 100% shape, I think then we're in good business.
So are we paying for this, or someone is doing it for us for free, or the person is trying, if it works then we pay? What's the arrangement like?
Free, my brother. 2025 free. I don't think so. But yes, I mean, these are valid questions, and obviously the right information, the stakeholders would make that very clear soon. As I said, a private entity came on board, and of course we can't keep this secret or private, but the agreement is that once this experiment is done with tonight, there's a concert this evening with medical. Tomorrow we'll have an assessment, and then the announcement will be made.
I see. But do we have figures yet about what are we paying, or what are our contribution or part?
Oh, well, I can tell you officially, the NSA has not parted with any cash, any money. The NSA does not have that sort of money. You're looking at...
No, but we will eventually. So at least, is there a figure we are working with, so we know
potentially,
that? Mm-hmm.
Well, again, that's all. So, for example, if, Omar, you have pitch covers, and I come to you and say, look, I don't have the money, but can we come to an agreement? I have the facilities, I have clients who want to use it. Can we handle that for you? You get your percentage, I get my percentage. That's the kind of conversation we're having until. Yes.
Yeah, but who pays? The event organizer, or who pays for it so that I get my percentage and you get your percentage? Because both of you,
yes.
so you, the sports authority, you own the
yes.
facility. The private person who brought the covering wants his money. Medical is organizing an event. So is it that medical would pay you and you split it halfway?
Yeah, so the parties involved, the three parties, our partners, and then of course the user who wants to rent and use the facility would have to pay a fee. So that's how it's work. And as I said, I want to use the word experiment because we've not done this before. It's a bit embarrassing to say that, but over the years we've not had this arrangement. So hopefully by close of day tomorrow we should know how well it went, and then we can say yes, this is what we're looking for. Let's have a final conclusion to the discussion.
And when do we remove these coverings, or is it going to stay throughout the month of December?
So that's another. So we will remove it because, again, the experiment, what we want to do is to see the effect of 24 hours or 48 hours, and then we would be advised. Green grass technology will be on ground to also advise us on how quickly we can resuscitate the venue.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.